Hey YouTube. It's been a while since I've checked in with this channel, and I've been meaning to do more. Part of it, just started a lot of videos and not finished them. I get to the part where, it's time to take it off the grill and eat, and for some reason it doesn't get recorded. So I have a number of like 4 to 5 videos that I've started and haven't finished. Here lately I've been displaced from my house. Me and my wife have been living with my parents because we're having our house renovated and things slowed down. We're nearly there and we're thinking we're about to be back soon, so we're really happy about that. So in the meantime, I picked up a Masterbuilt 560, and then here recently, very recently, I just picked up a GoPro 9 to start filming with instead of using my phone. So I'm hoping that makes the videos a little easier to shoot and a little better, and I'm going to try to be a little better about filming the entire way through and not forgetting stuff. But hopefully in the next few months, me, my wife, our parrot Denali right here will be back in the house, and we can share more with you there when I'm back with my Humphreys battle box and my Weber kettle, and we'll be migrating the Masterbuilt over there, and we really look forward to it. So yeah, thanks for joining and watching this video. So I have some nice new accessories for my Masterbuilt 560. Ended up getting this was a new grate, new fire grate. It has a little bit of blizzard knitting in between the hashes, or the I guess bars, and so it should keep charcoal in there longer. Unfortunately, mine's still full of charcoal, so I can't replace it at the moment. So I'm gonna burn it out here in a minute when I make some. I'm gonna make some blackened fish with these warming racks, because the current warming racks do pretty well. I think it adds like 240. I think they say square inches of space, and I have 240 with the ones they sent me, and I'll have 240 more with that, so that's very nice. And I got this Fogo from Ace, and I'm about to try it out for the first time and put it in my new charcoal container, which is actually an old kitty litter container, but you know what? It's free, or rather it came with the kitty litter I was buying, so that's my new charcoal container. So yeah, I'll show you guys that in a bit. This is a freaking Christmas miracle, because I actually pulled the string the right way for the first time, so enjoy the Christmas miracle as it unfolds, because we will never see this again. Ta-da! One go. Do you see that? One go. Stuff looks really good. The quality control on that. Very happy to see. I'm gonna dump some in here and probably use this for a while out. I've cleaned it out and make sure there's nothing too nasty in there. That's my new charcoal holder. So this is my Masterbuilt 560. We're about to fill it with some Fogo charcoal. Pretty good. Oh. Yep, you can see the old style grate in there. So yeah, when this all gets worked out, it'll be nice. I'm gonna end up blackening fish on this on a cast iron if I can find the cast iron meat. And I'm not doing it after all this. We'll see. So in a bit of a tragedy, I cannot find a pan that is optimally big enough to do the 2 catfish fillets I need to do for blackening on here. So I got a tiny one, and I'm gonna have to cut the fillets in half and do them individually. But yeah, there we are. Look at that thing go. But yeah, sometimes I close this bit and try to speed it up. I don't know if I'm gonna do that today. That requires some effort. We'll see. We're trying to search for the pan if, that doesn't work. Cool. So I've been a real lazy person with starting this, but it's rip-roaring ready to go. Just stuck one of these little resin fiber pieces down here, and actually it caught up real quick. Sometimes I have a problem with this grill catching from the first time. or sorry, for, relighting from the burn you did previously, especially with briquettes, but this time worked out great. It helps to have patience. So they advertise it as being a fast grill. You may not find that when you're relighting it from the last time, but I also did dump a bunch of what is it, a bunch of lump charcoal in there, and so that is due to quicken it up. But importantly, I had patience, and this thing pretty much acts like a chimney. If you leave these two guys closed off, leave this guy open, it acts as a chimney. If you want to hasten it up, you can close this, open this, and hold down this button right here, and it'll use the fan to shoot up. Well, I don't have it on right yet. Plugged it in. What you end up having to do is you end up having to set this to the temperature of 225 or whatever. I just defaults to 225. I turn it on. You come over here, and with this thing closed and the door closed, you can press this button and boom, 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 it's gonna go. So yeah. Oh well. Guess that requires that to be out, and then it helps to work a little bit better is to correct the flow path, because that bottom one is the fan inlet, and then the top one is the fan exit, or the firebox exit, which should go into the grill. And so if you do this, you can just speed it on up. You can see that thing hovering. It's bouncing because of that heat coming out. I can feel it. So yeah, we're not going to do that. Well, actually we may. We'll see. Hold on. Let's see where we are temp wise. We do want to get this guy pretty rip-roaring, and I actually do need to get a cast iron pan in it. That's what I'm hoping for here. But yeah. All right, we're starting to see it heat up. I hope I hadn't. I just threw Avo oil on here, and I wasn't even sure what the smoke point was. I knew it was higher than olive oil for sure, which you should not use for this type of thing because you will oxidize the shit out of it, and you know, it has a very low smoke point. But I threw this bad boy in here, and I had a glove, and I intended to follow it up, but it looks like we're gonna get a little bit of a burn because I'm burning off, well, let's just say previous oils from the last bit. Well, I did a brisket on here, so really, here's what I was after, is to try to coat this bad boy, get it up to heat. Look at that bad boy. Yeah, so this is the downside. If you don't clean it out, which I did actually, at least a cook ago, before I did a brisket very fatty, so this isn't too crazy, but I don't think anybody wants to set of their grill, so take this bad boy out. I really don't want to set it on the ground, but I also definitely want to snuff that out, so we're going to do that for now. One of the downsides of this grill is the grease leakage is not great. This leg here for some reason leaks grease and it runs down the leg. I have no clue why. I've kind of looked at it. Everything in the back where you would expect is this tray comes out and holds a grease catcher. Seems to fit well. It doesn't seem to have any voids or anything, although it's leaking a bit out here now. But yeah, for some reason in the front, grease tends to leak down this leg, down to the ground. You can see grease spots there. I'll have to clean them up in a bit. And when I actually get back to my house, I'll have something under this. But yeah, so that's it. So we just let this burn out. Ooh, I was gonna say hopefully it's done, but it's taking its sweet time. So I guess we'll close it off for a bit longer. Could get some water to massage this, but right now I'm just gonna leave the pot on the ground and let this happen. And so I'll bring you back when the grease fire stops, and hopefully, you know, I have hair on my arms and all that, but we'll see. And then I guess I really didn't talk about it, but here's the catfish. It has some Whole Foods generic blackening seasoning on there. It's been good in the past, and I think in this case it's farm-raised catfish. They're pretty big. I did finally actually find the pot I needed, so when that's not on the ground, which I know that it looks very unsanitary, but trust me, it's clean, we'll get it in the grill, we'll get it, you know, keep heating it up, and we're gonna drop these bad boys in there. Got a nice fish special here, and we're gonna pick it up. And right now I think we're at temp. I set it to 5. Well, I set it to 5, and we're at 700, so we're a little over, if you notice here. Yeah, grill's here. We're ultimate, and we're at that point. We're still burning off, so. And yep, that's where we are. We're gonna let that oil burn off because that's what we have. Yeah, see, we have error 3. It's
This is a problem of grease not properly draining from the unit and not properly going into the grease band, and sometimes not even properly going into the grease band when it drains and going onto the pavement. So yeah, not ideal, but here we are. And here we are. Up until this point, I think it's like 15 or 16, maybe 18 cooks deep. I mean, it's been a number, and I've had a couple issues. The fire has been one of them, but the grease dripping is kind of a new thing I'm starting to see. Not ideal. Hopefully this grease is all burned off, and I guess in the future I'll just have to clean it better, or when I do some super greasy cooks like a brisket, I gotta, extra clean it. I'm not really sure what the best idea is, but right now it says we're sitting at like 600 or so. We'll see when it cycles back. It just says open, so we're just gonna deal with it. I'm gonna drop a fillet on there and see how it does. Yeah, let that bad boy go. Yeah, it says 584 right now, so that's what we're doing. But yeah, why you want to do this outside? You're purposely burning the spices, generating a lot of smoke, and that needs to go somewhere. If you don't have a good ventilation system, then it goes into your house and you smoke yourself out. Don't do that. Yeah, shouldn't need to go for more than like a minute or two. It's pretty hot, so hopefully not too much longer. I do have a thermometer out here to check the temp. Let's see how this looks. Oh, not good. Don't splash it on yourself. It's not great. Probably could have gone for a few minutes longer. Yeah, we're gonna let that close. See if it does. Shoot, I'll turn it up to 600. So what happened is whenever I started it back, it definitely dropped back down. So tell it to go to 600, 695, or 595 rather. We're gonna let it go. Alright, we're gonna see if this back one's done. I threw the front one on, I didn't really show you guys. 145 is what we're aiming for, and yeah, we're pretty much there. It's close enough, so, I mean, it is actually on the money, so we're gonna take it off. No, this is a problem with larger fish fillets. Does they want to break up on you? Oh yes, held together. What a beauty right there. So yeah, very happy that's done. Oh no, I knocked my thing on the floor, but this guy's gonna get done. And get it nudged over in the middle. We're still rocking 600. Well, we're still rocking 523, but it'll catch up. I put some was it the lump charcoal in there? I noticed the difference in searing temperature. If you do briquettes, which tend to do really well for, low and slow for a while, when you jack it up to 500, 600, you want to do a sear, they have a problem with this grill, or it takes a lot longer than if you have lump charcoal. In the case of lump charcoal, it really depends on, the size of your lump. Sometimes if you have a lot of tiny pieces, they're just going to burn up and fall through, which is kind of why I bought the new thing. Also for briquettes, it's not just lump charcoal that has problems with this grill. But certainly if you have like bigger, nicer pieces of lump, it's going to burn a lot hotter and have no problem switching from low and slow to hot. I think when you're on the low and slow mode, perhaps the lump is a little overkill, but for the most part, it does really well. And I mean, both charcoal types are pretty versatile. It just means that when you want to jack up the temperature and do a sear after a low and slow, if you're using briquettes, you're going to burn through a lot more briquettes, and it's probably going to take longer to get there as well. It doesn't mean you can't do it, just means that, again, the cost is going to be a little different for you. So yeah, super excited to see this. I'm about to flip this piece and see how it does. I mean, I'm sure it'll do fine as soon as we flip. Ooh, let's probably let it go on that side a little longer, but we can flip it over if we have to, and so be it. Alrighty, so coming up on it, I flipped it the second fish twice and lost the tail piece, which is really my favorite part of any fish, so I'm not really complaining about that. I'll eat it on the side. But yeah, this bad boy's looking good. I'm gonna do a quick temp check. Should be there. 145, 145. We're close. 134, 135. I'm gonna let it go for a sec. But what we can do is over here, where I know it should be done, because I mean, I'll eat it regardless. I know I should know my microbiology, but we're at 160 food microbiology. I mean, it's very important. Look it up. But for the most part, also look up immunology. That's another important bit. Your immune system is very important. So at any rate, I'm gonna eat this bad boy. I never show myself eating stuff on camera, or else I could turn around and show you. That's very good. That bit is a little salty, so I'm not gonna eat another piece at the moment. I gotta get it inside, get it with some other stuff. Probably overdid it a little bit on the seasoning on that end, but I'm sure